Steve Witkoff is going to meet with the Iranian foreign minister on Friday. What are you hoping he'll get out of that meeting?
Well, you're going to have a lot of things are happening. You have Iran, and you have Russia, Ukraine, and you have the Middle East. We have a lot of things going. We have ships heading to Iran right now, big ones, biggest and the best. And we have talks going on with Iran. We'll see how it all works out.
President Trump confirming Special Envoy Steve Witkoff will meet with Iran's foreign minister on Friday to begin new talks on a new nuclear deal. Both sides reportedly hopeful on coming to an agreement and avoiding any kind of military action. Still, though, the president sending a, quote, armada of military assets to the Middle East, now in striking distance to Iran. New satellite imagery reveals some activity at multiple Iranian nuclear facilities, which were destroyed by the United States and Israel last year, we thought. Nuclear sites seen covered by roofs as Iranian officials assess the damage. Joining me now is Fox News senior strategic analyst and Institute for the Study of War chairman, General Jack Keane. General, always a pleasure. Welcome back.
Yeah, delighted to be here, Maria.
So what is your assessment of this armada now in striking distance of Iran?
Yeah, well, first of all, it is significant. And I think what's happening here certainly is President Trump has an historic opportunity here that none of the other 7 presidents who have dealt with Iran have had. And it's largely due to his own making, frankly. In the first administration, he killed the iconic figure Qasem Soleimani and absolutely rocked the regime in doing that. And no one prior to that had ever retaliated against Iran for killing Americans over the 45-plus-year history of the Iranian regime. He was the first and only to do that. And then he fully supported the Israelis in their 12-day war and also their war in Gaza and delivered a decisive blow to the nuclear program that you just happened to mention that. And what has happened as a result of that? Given the pressure that's on the regime economically, largely the United States pressure with allies, their economy is tanked. It is in this most serious condition it's ever been in, and that is really what put the thousands of protesters on the street. They're fed up with the regime. They want a new regime. But also, they're weak politically and weak militarily. Politically, when the 12-day war was going on, Russia and China did not come to their assistance. Hamas could not assist them. And Hezbollah, who was organized, 160,000 rockets and missiles, 60 to 70,000 troops, organized for the first and foremost reason of defending Iran, never fired a shot to defend them. Their will was broken, is what the Israeli senior generals told me. So they are politically weakened than they've ever been. So what does that mean? That we're on the cusp of using a military operation to be able to finish this regime once and for all, to put it on a path where it's going to collapse. And what you're seeing here is a force being built to, one, be able to defend when Iran conducts a retaliation attack against U.S. bases and also against Israel, but two, to have the offensive punch to really conduct not a strike, but a campaign against Iran, which would likely last not for a couple of days, but actually longer than that. And that means to take down their civilian and military leadership, all these repressive organizations, to include the IRGC, that have been punishing the people, killing somewhere between 10 to 30,000. We don't know the exact number, but even the lower number is completely staggering. 40,000 jailed as a result of it. And also destroy their ballistic missile systems, which they have been managing to recover since June. And I would imagine, given the indication that you just made, Maria, about activity at the nuclear sites, that they would finish off whatever recovery Iran is doing. This is a comprehensive plan to actually take Iran off the board. No president has had this opportunity. This president does.
Yeah, I mean, he's keeping us guessing, and certainly the people of Iran are desperate for some action. They want the Trump administration to come in and take out the Khomeini leadership here and the whole administration there. Would you advise taking out whatever's left of the nuclear, taking out whatever's left of ballistic missiles, or taking out the Khomeini administration altogether, or all three?
Yeah, that's what I was mentioning. You would take down the leaders, we take down the organization that is supporting the leaders, the military, the police, the entire ecosystem that supports them, ballistic missiles, and the nuclear capability.
Okay.
There's a range of targets there to take out, and that is building the offensive capability to do that. Supported by maritime capability, we have brought in multiple squadrons of air power that are on the bases in the region, and there's more to come into the region to be able to accomplish what would be a comprehensive campaign to finish this regime once and for all.
Let me move on to Cuba. In general, President Trump is now holding talks with the top leadership in Cuba days after declaring a national emergency related to Havana's, quote, unusual and extraordinary threat to the United States. The president said he's also weighing a total blockade on oil imports to the Caribbean country. Here's the president yesterday. Watch this.
It's a failed nation now, and they're not getting any money from Venezuela, and they're not getting any money from anywhere. It's a failed nation. Mexico is going to cease sending them oil. So I'd like to take care of the people that are here from Cuba. You know, we have many people that came from Cuba that were thrown out of Cuba or that fled Cuba. They came over on rafts. They went through shark-infested waters. I don't know how they did it. And it was many years ago. Many would like to go back. Many would like to at least visit their relatives. And I think we're at a pretty close point. We are dealing with the Cuban leaders right now.
What's your take here, General? We know that
this is not about military.
Yeah. Go ahead.
This is not about military action. This is about economic pressure and squeezing Cuba and certainly shutting down Venezuelan oil, which is helping to prop them up, is going to be a factor. Russia hasn't been able to provide Cuba the assistance that they were normally getting, which was a free-hand donation, so to speak, in billions of dollars. Why? Because of the war in Ukraine that they created. So Cuba is in trouble here economically, and I would imagine what the president and his team are going to do is continue to squeeze them and move them in the right direction to make some fundamental change as a result of that. Listen, the Cuban people in the United States, and certainly the Cuban people themselves, I mean, this is 66 years here of this. I mean, this is really outrageous, the amount of time that they've been under this communist dictatorship. And look what has happened to them.
Yeah.
I mean, they're in abject poverty there. There's no quality of life experience whatsoever, no substantive trade whatsoever, no opportunities for investment whatsoever. It's pitiful what this communist regime has done to the people of Cuba. And the promises, when they overthrew a dictator, the promises were so high, the expectations were so high in terms of a fundamental change of life.
Yeah.
And all of that was a bold-faced lie. And that's what's so tragic here.
Yeah, good lessons.
I think the president's team is moving in the right direction here.
All right.
Pressure this regime. Maximum pressure.
Yep. General, it's great to talk with you as always. Thanks so much, sir.
Yeah, great talking to you, Maria.
All right.
Thank you.